I'm recording. All right, so what you've missed so far, if you're watching this video, is we wrote 6.5 graphing inequalities, day 1 and today's date. We have 3 graphs, empty. And then right here, you're going to have to pause the video. You're going to write down the example for number 1 and the instructions that we have just to graph a straight line, which we just wrote. Pause it, write it down. Okay, so we've got the y-intercept here, which is 3, and then how do we use the slope to make another point, guys? Where should I go? Up 1 over 2. Everybody going up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. You can go backwards too.
How many times do we have to do that?
2. Now, this is how we're going to do this. To shade, you actually have to shade on these answers. You have to shade somewhere greater than the line. Does anybody want to take a guess? Is greater here or here? The upper half. All right, so you're going to take, you can take a color or just your pen or pencil and shade above that line. That's what it looks like to shade something greater or equal to 1/2 x plus 3. It gets a little harder to understand what is greater than or less than when the line is more vertical. So everybody write, for example, 2. Y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 1. Where should I start on this one?
1.
The 1. Now, this isn't a fraction. So what do I do?
Put a 1 on
Put a 1 under it. So I'm going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right 1. Down 4 to the right 1. Down 4 to the right 1. And I'm going to draw in my line. Now, this is hard to understand. You cannot write on your paper that the left side is greater than or the left side is less than, because it depends on how the line is tilted. A lot of math teachers, and this is something I do different than all other math teachers as far as I'm aware of, most math teachers will make you plug in a point into this and see where you need to shade, whether it's true or false. I think that's way too much work, and your instincts will actually serve you correctly. You knew that this one was greater than up there, right? You're right. Where do your instincts tell you that less than is? Do you think it's on the left or on the right side? Sam? It is not on the right side. It's on the left side. Now, I can tell you a surefire way to get this right, but you're going to have to pay attention to me. It's called the water test, and I made it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it always works, so pay attention. I want you to imagine that this is like a mountain here, okay? It's like a very straight line. It is solid. Now imagine that I had like a little cup of water in my hand, okay? And I started pouring it. If I started pouring it, you know how it would go straight down, right? Like gravity would take it straight down? Stop making just comments. It would go straight down. Would it hit the line? Eventually? Yeah, eventually it'd hit the line down here and it would start rolling down it, right? If it hits the line, you're above the line. Imagine if I was pouring water over here and it went straight down. It would never touch the line, right? It would go straight down and this line would keep getting further away from the water. If it's below, it would never hit the line. And you have to imagine that this is like gravity, the water going straight down. Not like this is a flat piece of paper in front of me, but like this is going up and down right now. This would never hit the line. Over here would hit the line. If it would never hit the line, you're below it. If it would hit the line, you're above it. Most of the time you can just tell, like this. But this one, when they start getting really straight up and down, it's hard to tell. Yes?
Something went wrong with my contact in my right eye, and I
Go.
can't see now.
All right, now, here's one more problem we're gonna do before the bell. Y is greater than 2x minus 5. Tell me, what's the y-intercept? Yes.
Down 5.
Down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a dot. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. You can make it a little fraction if you want to. Do not make the line yet. Do you remember how if there's not an equals to, it's an open circle? When you're on a number line, right? If it's not an equals to, it's an open circle. Everybody with me? When you draw the line on a graph, if it doesn't have a line underneath it like the previous ones did, you actually make it a dotted line. That's like the equivalent to an open circle. So this line needs to be dotted because there's no equals to there. Now, where is greater than? Do you think it's on the left
The left.
or on the right?
The left.
Everybody needs to think. Greater than means above. Where is above the line? Is it on the left or the right? It is on the left. You're correct. You were the only one talking. So above the line is up here. If you poured water over here and it went down, it would hit the line, right? That means you're above the line. If you poured water over here and it went down, it would never hit the line. That means you're below the line. A lot of times when it's like this, it's easy to tell, but if it's straight up and down, it gets a little tougher. This is all we're doing today, just these 3 examples. Make sure that these are right in your notebook, and then you can clean up.
I'm gonna go home and cry myself to sleep.
This is what did it?
Yes.
Wow. You have got a wonderful life, sir.